Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new PennyWise podcast from Lee Enterprises. I'm your host, Teri Barr. Happy to have you here with us. And of course, we are looking at the last couple of days before the Christmas holiday. So now, throughout the last couple of weeks, we've actually been trying to share some extra tips with you to try to help you to budget or at least stay on your budget right now. But if you're still searching for that special gift, we have a really unique idea for you to try. Kimberly Palmer is here with me to talk more about this. Kimberly is a personal finance expert with NerdWallet. Hi, Kimberly. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Terry. Thank you for having me.
So here's what we're talking about, and I think you and I both love this idea. Let's go to the thrift store.
It is really such a great one because it can give you so many unexpected surprises, great deals. It's really a really perfect place to shop, in my opinion.
I think this is so much fun. You think of it kind of for yourself maybe throughout the year, but if you've never been to one, you probably don't think of it as at all, especially during the holidays. But we've got 5 different benefits you can find if you go shopping at the thrift store. So Kimberly, let's look at number 1. Better for the environment. What does this mean?
This is a huge one because so many of us are concerned about making sure we are not creating additional waste, and we want to make sure we're doing what we can to, support the earth, planet Earth. And so by shopping in a thrift store, you're actually taking something that someone else no longer needs and you are turning it into something valuable for yourself. You're repurposing it. And that is such a great way of avoiding creating additional waste, because every time we buy new things, there's often packaging and then also the item itself. How long will we have it? And it just is a way of making sure we're not contributing to that cycle of waste. Instead, we are going to the thrift store and taking something that someone else doesn't need but is valuable to us.
I love this. I really do. And I guess I'm thinking, and I don't want to knock on any of the places that deliver, but you are so right on. So much packaging. And then often we wonder, how long will it last? So this makes perfect sense, especially if you want to be a little more green and not worry so much about all the junk headed out the door. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. How about number 2 then? It's a little more budget friendly.
It really is incredible, the deals that you can find at thrift stores. You can really find vintage items, brand name items for a fraction of what you would pay at a retailer if you were buying new. And so it's such a great way of getting really high quality clothing without paying that really high price. So I
Yeah,
think it's such a good budget friendly choice.
sometimes you'll find things that still have the tags on it. That's always kind of shocking because you see what you're actually paying at the thrift store and what it would have cost. That's
It's
interesting.
incredible. And some people buy things new. It doesn't work out for whatever reason. It's sat in their closet and then they give it to the thrift store and it finds its way there somehow. And so you're getting something that's barely been worn or maybe hasn't been worn for such a good low price.
Yeah. I want to mention too, if looking for something special and under the budget, sometimes they have some cool knickknacks or dishes or just things you won't, honestly, I don't think you would find them anywhere else.
Exactly. There's such a great surprise factor when you're at a thrift store. I found shoes and even jewelry that I never would have even put on my list because I didn't know it existed. But then you go into the store and you're surprised. And that can be something that makes the shopping experience so fun as well.
Mhm.
And I find thrift stores especially useful when you are buying items that you just need for a short period of time. For example, maternity clothing, because people barely wear those. You have them for such a short period of time. So what a great opportunity to go in, find some good deals, and then you pass it on for the next person as well.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, here's number 3. Support those small businesses. And of course, many are also nonprofits.
This is such a great point because so many of us want to make sure we are supporting the local economy and the small businesses near us. And a lot of thrift stores, they are run by small business owners. They live locally, work locally, and we want to make sure to keep that money close to home. So going ahead and shopping there is a way of feeling like you are contributing to your local economy.
And then I think when we think of the bigger nonprofits, the Goodwills or Salvation Army, they're still also in the local community helping people. And I think
They
people
are.
sometimes forget that.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that because it's a great point, and a lot of them have mission statements that many of us would relate to and want to support. So it's definitely worth, you can even check ahead of time to know exactly what it is they're doing in your community, just so you understand what you're supporting.
Oh, that's terrific. Okay, next one, thrift finds have a special story or history. I think of all of these, this may be my favorite one.
I know. And it can be a little mysterious because you might not know the story. It's not like they come with explanations, but you can imagine, how was this piece of clothing, how was it used? What was it used for? Especially a fancy dress or something that's a special occasion piece. And you can let your imagination run wild, and it just gives that extra layer of fun when you're shopping and then when you're wearing it.
Oh, it really does. And the last one I want to mention is, and we talked about the experience a little bit, but I think in this kind of shopping, you want to leave yourself some time to really experience it. Is that right?
That's right. Because one thing to be aware of is that sometimes at thrift stores, all of the sizes of a particular item
Mm.
might not be available, of course, because these are one of a kind items. And so you want to make sure you do find the right size, whether it's for you or you're giving it to someone. And so you do want to leave that extra time just to sort through everything, make sure you find what you're looking for, and then leave some room for that surprise factor because you might go in thinking you want one thing and walk out with something completely different. And all of that takes some time to sort through.
And I think too, it comes to those knickknacks and dishes and things. Sometimes you have to dig through a little bit, but boy, will you find a treasure.
Exactly. And it's a fun way to do it.
Yes, I would say maybe make a little shopping list, but allow yourself that element of surprise at the thrift store.
That sounds like a good balance. Yeah.
Okay, what would you say is the bottom line when it comes to possibly checking out a thrift store for a special gift this holiday?
The bottom line is do not forget about thrift stores. They can be a really hidden, unexpected place to find some great gifts for people or items for yourself. And at the same time, you are being environmentally friendly and you're also saving money.
Kimberly Palmer, I could not have said any of it better myself. I enjoy a good thrift store find, and I think I'm going to think about this for gifting because what a great way to find something that that person will they'll realize you really took some time to find that item for them.
Exactly. And it's unique.
Okay, well, happy holidays to you and yours, and I know you have a wonderful family that you'll be celebrating with, and we'll be thinking of you.
Thank you so much. You too, Terry. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, Kimberly Palmer, personal finance expert with NerdWallet. And I'm Teri Barr with the PennyWise podcast from Lee Enterprises. And as we mentioned, we wish you all a very happy holiday.